Hello, Diet Rebel Scum and Diet Rebel Scum Curious. Diet Rebel Scum being those of us who have taken the high carb, low fat food pyramid recommendation from the government and the health authorities and said to hell with that. We're eating high fat, low carb. Can't believe I have to think about that sometimes. I know I'm going to screw it up someday. Hey, I just wanted to do a quick check-in on my AFib that I talked about in my unscheduled surprise live stream the other night. That was, I think, Friday night. Well, I've been totally fine. I've been taking my readings about every few hours. I've taken, about 4 a day. And boy, it's windy. I'm gonna try to get off here in the parking lot and see if I can get out of the wind. So I'm at work now. I'm on my taking lunch. I got to go back to the office here in just a few minutes. Just thought I'd check in. But I wanted to say I just finished eating a pound of ground beef for lunch, and I took another EKG, 2 in a row. And I tell you what, it looked. My EKG, I didn't look at it until the last few seconds of the minute, because I try not to look down and watch the line going blip, bloop, blip, bloop, blip, bloop, because I'm afraid it might make me nervous and I might make it mess up, make my heart beat bad. But anyway, I've had nothing but normal sinus rhythm for the last, Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday. And a big change I did was I haven't had any caffeine. I'm drinking decaf, instant decaf coffee. Mount Hagen is the brand of the instant decaf, and no alcohol. Haven't drank any alcohol, and I feel just fine. I feel less. I can already tell. Caffeine has like a half-life in the body, and it's pretty long. I think if you drink, see if I remember right. See if you've heard the same thing. You drink 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and half that caffeine is still in your body 8 hours later, something like that. And then 8 hours after that, it's half of that was left over, that kind of thing. So that means the next day, there's still some caffeine swirling around in your veins or organs, wherever it gets, wherever it does its thing. So I'm pretty sure that now it's been 3 days or 2.5 days since I've had any caffeine. I'm pretty sure I've got very little left. And it's, I think I went did I do a full 3 days without any caffeine? I was going with tea. I was letting little amounts of caffeine trickle in when I got off the coffee, but this was not scary. Quitting kind of cold turkey-ish the caffeine, because it wasn't really quitting cold turkey. I'd already weaned myself pretty far down. I knew I wasn't going to have any kind of bad effect. I knew I wasn't going to get a caffeine headache or anything quitting, and actually it feels pretty good. So, but what I haven't done is run. Saturday, I had our monthly IT server maintenance that we do once a month. So I got to get up early on Saturday mornings and do Windows updates on computers. But anyway, so that kind of took my morning. So I didn't meet with my running peeps that day, and I didn't really want to run anyway. I haven't told them that. I just got through talking to one, and I told her that it was just work. I could have actually gone and ran and came back and done my work, but it would have been real late in the window that we get a chance to open, or there's a window of time we're supposed to do that server maintenance. And anyway, I would have still made the window, but I just hate doing it that late. So I just took the day off running, just letting the caffeine go. I've always wondered, always never liked having constant drip of caffeine stimulant on my heart all the time, being a runner, you know, where I'm going to be stressing my heart a lot. I wished I had quit a long time ago, but anyway, I'm hoping that was one of the major players in my AFib. I'm wondering if I just get off the, although, you know, I hardly ever tested positive for AFib before, but I still always had, like, you know, a little bit of caffeine anxiety going on. That guy was going pretty fast. Yeah, there's people crossing the street and he's just zooming on by. Yeah, that dude's going like 60 miles an hour in a residential. Takes all kinds to make the world go around, they say. I don't know where people like that fit, but they have a purpose somewhere. Okay, so yes, no AFib. I'm gonna run tomorrow with my running peeps. I brought my stuff with me today, but I've already had lunch. I'm not gonna go to the gym. It's too late. I got to get back to work and just go about the rest of my day relaxing, and gonna hit the ground running tomorrow morning with some new eyes and attention onto my performance, because it would be nice to know what is it like to do a run with almost all the caffeine completely gone. I've only run with, you know, a moderate amount of caffeine running through my veins all the freaking time. So I'm always looking for that thing. What is it that's keeping me from making a big surge forward in my running ease and performance to get somewhat into this neighborhood of my just casual run in my earlier years? You know, I want to just go out and I want my casual running pace to be between 7:30 and 8 minutes a mile, like 7:45. That would be awesome if I could just cruise at 7:45 as long as I want to go. And then only run faster or farther if it's an event, you know, kind of thing. Well, I didn't articulate that right. That's not what I meant. I still want to do specific workouts and all that, and the long runs and train for it. But man, back in my day, go back on a back in my day thing, I used to run it between 7 and 7:30 just for daily maintenance, just keeping myself in shape. And then my marathons were just extra long training runs. Now that's why I always cratered, but that still gave me a low 3 hour and something marathon. So I was training crappy, barely training. I was just doing daily runs, nothing special. And I was able to turn in some pretty good marathon times. Now I suffered for those, but I was speedy. I was like speedy. All I was doing was just hanging on. You know, I just didn't have the long-term stay hanging in there with it because I just didn't put those kind of miles under my belt. Okay, that's enough. I meant for this to be like a 2-minute check-in. It's probably gone on, 8 minutes 41? Okay, that's good. Check you later.